Aloha offline sharks. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the Friday Marketing Jam Session. I'm Tom Gaddis. I got my business partner, next door neighbor, Nick Ponte on the line. We are fired up. We have a great show today. We've got, again, a ton of shark shout outs for people taking action. Got some great topics to talk about. And we have a mystery guest. A mystery guest. People have been putting in some good guesses today. Somebody guessed Rod Stewart, but we will get to that here shortly. So, Nick, why don't we? I'm going to fire up the intro. How about that?
Let's do it.
Are you ready for the fastest 60 minutes of local marketing strategy, tactics, tips, and fun on planet Earth? It's now time. The moment you've been waiting for. After 167 agonizing hours, they've returned, broadcasting live from their island retreats, smack dab in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and now back for a brand new Sharks Live show. It's your hosts, the Offline Sharks, Tom Gaddis and Nick Ponte.
See that crowd. They're going wild out there, Nick. They're going wild. I love it. I wonder what our guests think of that fire up at the beginning.
He's probably cracking up. Look at all the people we got. I mean, they're excited to see who it is. Maybe they do think it's Rob Stewart.
Maybe.
Rob.
Hey,
you guys know Rob Stewart.
Yeah. Hey, aloha, Corey. Fins up. That's right, baby. Fins up. It's shark time. Gabriel noticed. Nick didn't even notice.
What?
Oh, Tom without his glasses.
Oh, I noticed.
Oh, he didn't say anything. You never comment on the way I look, Nick.
I was just being polite.
Every once in a while, I just need some reassurance, you know?
Yeah. I got you. I feel you.
Awesome. Patty. Patty says Kevin. She's trying to get a jump on it.
No, Patty, not today. Not today.
Yeah. What's up, Herc? Good to see you, man.
Herc. Dude, Herc. The 40, you can come to Maui right now. All you need is a negative test within 48 hours. You can come. Tom and I are here. We play some golf, hit the beach.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
You better talk to your wife. Hustle up. Let's go.
Yep. Get out of here. It's a great place for kids. They'll love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, yeah. So since we have a special guest today, Darla said, I was going to say you shaved. Oh, ooh, I bet it is cold in Oklahoma. Yeah. It's chilly here too, Gabriel. I have the central air turned on really low, so I feel you, man. Same thing. Awesome. Well, we have a jam-packed show, so we're gonna get started because we want to get our special guest out here as soon as possible. So we're gonna get started with some shark shout-outs. Let me power up our screen. The shark shout-outs. And again, this week, just tons of people taking action. I'm going to share my screen here, Nick.
A ton of people.
I mean, that's a lot. So here, you guys should be looking at my screen. Our first shark shout out goes to Glenn R. Simpson. So Glenn made this post. He signed a customer on Black Friday for $697 a month for marketing service. So, and you're right, Glenn, that is cool. That is freaking awesome. So he was asking for some advice on the site. And Glenn, man, way to go. Way to take action. Get out there, take advantage of Black Friday and get a client in the door.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Our next shark shout out. Let's see, who's this? This goes to, our boy, Dorn Brenton. Dorn always has these awesome graphics he posts with his shout outs. Dorn said this is his update. So he's been super busy over the last week. 6 sales totals out of 30 calls. That's really good. So he did a website deal, $997, 2 social media marketing packages, $497 each. You got a ThriveCart client at $49 a month, an email marketing at $197, and one rep management at $497. And Nick, when I was looking at this one of the things that I wanted to point out to people that are on this live and listening, like, because I know James Healy does this as well. And I think we have a shout out coming up for him too. But like you see that ThriveCart client, $49 a month, right? Like sometimes there are things that we know being in this space, right? That just regular people have no idea about, but they seem kind of old hat to us, right? Like autoresponders, shopping carts, like all kinds of things that I would guarantee everyone on this call knows about that your average business owner doesn't. And that is an opportunity, right? That's an opportunity to bring that knowledge and get paid for it, right? You can help somebody set those things up. So, don't discount a lot of these things that you just sort of take for granted. Like, I know this was a hard thing for me to get because I used to always think like, oh, everybody knows that stuff. But no, they don't know that stuff and they need help with it, right? So keep your ears open for those kinds of things. You may find yourself walking into a deal that maybe you didn't expect for a service you weren't really thinking about, but you can bring value to the business owner.
Yeah, we find ourselves all of the time doing consulting. I have pretty regularly go to a business, build them a website, do whatever marketing they're looking for, but then they ask you questions like, how do we store all of our files? What's the best way to transfer information in between people in our business or in our office or in our company? These little like logistic questions that are so, like Tom mentioned, so, we just use them in our everyday, like we know it, like, and I talk about this a lot in the YouTube videos about like how we oftentimes overlook how much we know compared to your average bear.
Yeah.
And you should be charging for that too, right? You should be charging for consulting. So, $100 an hour or 70, whatever you want to set your fee at. But consulting is a great service to add to your arsenal. It doesn't have to just be, doing SEO or websites or whatever. Like you can get paid just for your advice, for your information.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't overlook that. And for those of you that are, out there doing CCSU and getting the mailers filled, like there's another thing. A lot of businesses have no idea about direct mail. They don't even know where to start, right? So you can come in and help them with that. I know I've had clients where I've just helped them put out letters. Like I helped a gym. They wanted to do a renewal letter and they just didn't even know where to start. So I helped them put it all together. I wrote the letter, then I did the mail merges and mailed them for them. Like it's a great opportunity there for extra services to do. So awesome work, Dorn. Awesome work. Our next shark shout out goes to our friend from across the pond, Jacqueline Heath. So awesome work. I mean, we talk about Jacqueline every week along with Dorn and James and a lot of other people. And so she just gave an update. She got another client for another driving school. Like she's making a little profession out of driving schools, which is awesome. And she also landed a $2,000 per month client for a complete social media package. Or I say 2,000 pounds per month, which is about what I bench, Nick, just so you know. 2,000 pounds, about what I bench.
You crack me up.
But yeah, Jacqueline, awesome. And she's been doing some things for the challenge. So she's up to Tiger Shark, which is freaking awesome. And she's been asked to do a 12 Days of Christmas campaign from an earlier client that she's still doing a website for. So awesome work, Jacqueline. Awesome work. Let's see. Our next shark shout out goes to Scott Meisner. Scott has been getting a ton of traction in the group. As you guys know, Scott also does the 9x12 mailers. And Nick, I had the pleasure to meet Scott. He came to Maui. Him and his wife come here regularly. They haven't been because of the pandemic. But, one of the awesome things about Scott is just this year, just in 2020, with everything that's been going on, the pandemic, the shutdowns, all that stuff, Scott has put out, I think he just put out his 18th mailer for 2020. That's just in 2020. Yeah. So 18 mailers, which is a record for him, is 18th of 10,000 postcards. So he said he's ready for a little break to plan for next year. And he posted this as an encouragement, to get out there and talk to some business owners or call them in the COVID season. And, he says, look, if he can do it, anybody can do it. And I agree. Like, I know I felt that way with a lot of things I do. Like, if I can do this, I know the people watching this live can do it too. So, get out there, take some action. So way to go, Scott. I love that picture there of all the cards. That's great.
I still feel that way like every day.
Yeah.
I mean, really. If you put in some dedication and you actually commit to revenue producing activities like we talk about, you will make money doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You will. So awesome job, Scott. Awesome job. And let's see. Our next shark shout out goes to Zoran. So this was an awesome post. I was really excited to see this. Oh, here, Zoran. Some applause for you there. And this post got a lot of traction too in the group because Zoran, he did a press release on his influencer site with Agency Growth Machine, and he got traction. So they published this press release here on Market Watch, and a lot of people were like, wow, that's amazing. And we actually, inside Agency Growth Machine, there is a training in there. I think if you look under the coaching calls, we did a training on press release. I'm not sure where we put it in there, but we talked about how to write. Section. Oh, it's got its own section. Cool. Yeah. So we talk about how to write a press release, all those kinds of things. And this was, again, like the timing is so crazy on these things because I was actually just talking to someone the other day who wrote a book on generating PR. And she was actually, at one time, she was a janitor, and she had articles published on the Wall Street Journal and a lot of other high-profile sites. So I roped her into coming on and doing a training. So for those of you that are Agency Growth Machine members, I think we're going to have her on in January to do a training on generating publicity for your influencer sites. That will be really awesome. You guys will love it. And so I'm looking forward to that. So way to go, James. Way to go, man.
Zoran.
Sorry,
Good job, Zoran.
I was looking ahead.
By the way, you guys, that's going to be an awesome training. And that's going to be in a couple of weeks. Our other training that we have coming up for AGM, which even if you are not an Agency Growth Machine member, we are inviting you. We're inviting all of you because this applies to everybody in the Offline Sharks community. You're going to be able to come to that training, and you're going to want to come because I actually just got this. I don't know if you can see that. It's from the mayor. From the mayor, county, the office of the mayor, County of Maui. I got it last night in the mail. Sent me a check, $2,000. $2,000. So that training that you are all, and totally unexpected. I didn't even know this was coming. I was like, what the heck is this for? And I was like I seriously was trying to figure out why it came to me. And I finally realized it was because I applied to a grant a while ago that they already gave me money for. And because they didn't award enough people, they had leftover money and they needed to spend it. Otherwise, they'd have to give it back. So they would rather put the money into our state than send it back. So that training, which is next week, is going to be something that you all can come to. It's going to be absolutely free. There's nothing to buy. We're just going to level up our community by sharing with you how we have been getting this grant money and giving our prospects and customers access to grant money so they can pay us for our services. So put a 1 in the chat box if that sounds like an awesome training to you.
Yeah. And Nick, how much? So I know when you started doing this and you were telling your customers and your prospect list about these grants, and you were saying, hey, like, if you want to apply for these, like, we'll give you a proposal, all this stuff. What has happened because of that? Like, what are some of the results you've seen here just recently?
Well, of course, we've made a boatload of money, but our customers have improved their businesses dramatically, right? I'm talking new websites, transitions to e-commerce, doing running ads. Like people that have never been able to run ads before now have funding to run ads, doing SEO, doing all the things that they've wished and wanted to do, they are now able to do. And for us, like, we get the chance to come in and provide them with that value. And if we knock it out of the park, they're going to continue to pay us, right? So we get to I mean, they're paying us to put skin in the game. Now it's on us. Of course, we get money up front, but I mean, think about it. Somebody that's never run ads before now has the money to run ads, can pay us to run those ads. Well, if we start producing them customers and they get cash flow coming in, they're going to keep paying us, right? So yeah, they didn't really have any risk in bringing on us to start building their business in this way. And I'm really excited to be able to share it with you guys. I mean, we've brought in around $100,000 in the last 2 months, which is pretty crazy, right? That's a freaking milestone. Then the numbers are going up every single day. And think about this, you guys. That's just for the first round of stimulus money, right? There is another bill on the horizon right now, another $800-900 billion. So every single one of you should, number one, get your cut, right? For you, for your business, but also get all of your customers and prospects the information they need so they can access that funding and then give it to you, of course.
Yeah. I mean, such a great strategy, right? Get them to use other people's money, in this case, the stimulus money, to hire you. I mean, it's a killer strategy. And again, like Nick said, it's going to be completely free. We're going to invite everybody. We don't have a course. There's nothing about, like, we're just going to give you all the information. So you guys are going to love that training. Yeah. Keep an eye out on your email box because we'll be sending details there for it. So awesome. All right. So Zoran, that was one. And our next shark shout out goes to Lonnie Welch. So Lonnie, man, congratulations. Lonnie said he took a few days off after coming back from vacation. So take a couple days off after vacation. I've had that feeling before. He spent 2 hours on a call with a new client. He landed a new web design 450. The cool part is he's almost done with the website, which is awesome, right? And I don't know what theme he's using, but that's why we did the theme we did with like our roofer theme and with website client system, right? Like those themes are made so you can do these types of websites where you make $450, $500, $1,000, and it doesn't take you, forever to complete a site. You can get them up and ready pretty quick. So awesome work, Lonnie. Way to go, man. Way to go. Our next shout out goes to James Healy. So James, there he is. He said he's a little stuck trying to finish up his AGM site, but that doesn't stop him from selling stuff, which I freaking love. He sold a landing page for a health and wellness company in Phoenix via a partner in Seattle. Always good to have some partnership deals. $1,000 for a one-page website. He said he'll take that all day. I agree. I agree. Awesome work, James. Awesome work. Our next shark shout out goes to Jerry Wright. So Jerry said it took a while for the payment to come through, but he got it. He sold a premium listing on his Agency Growth Machine website. So awesome work, Jerry. Awesome work.
I love selling premium listings. It's just like
free money, right?
It's gravy. It's gravy, right?
Yeah, gravy. Yeah. Our next shark shout out goes to Vincent Charleston. So Vincent landed his first website client. They left him a great review. So his first website client left him a great review. So it was a huge confidence builder for him. So way to go, Vincent. Awesome to see that. And that comes from your hard work, man. Like you did that, right? Like you put in the hours, you put in the time, you delivered a killer product to a client. You brought them value and they left you a great review. So way to go, man. That's all you.
Yeah, that is awesome. And you guys, by the way, like all of these shout outs, I mean, there's no way we could possibly get all of them, right? Like we do our best. We can't even, like we could spend an hour probably highlighting all the successes and great questions that you guys have in our community. But like, this is just in the past week. I mean, how amazing, how incredible is this community, right? Where people are just regularly doing all the different things to grow their businesses, further their knowledge and what they're doing. I mean, I really don't know another community out there that people are just banded together, taking action every day like this. I mean, this is just in the last week. People are changing their lives, which is huge.
Yeah, it's amazing to see week after week because we don't repeat the shout outs, right? Like if it's a shout out, it's a new deal that just came in. So like, think about that. If you've been on these lives for a while, like, oh my gosh, all those things were things that were just happening in the past week. So awesome work, Vincent. And our last shark shout out goes again to Mr. James Healy for sporting some shark swag. That cute kid.
Aww.
Awesome. Awesome to see this. Glad to, just glad to see people are a part of our family, right? Like we feel like a part of your guys' family too. So really awesome. Nick and I mean, every time we get on these lives, every time we go on the Facebook group, like we really are kind of humbled by just not just the success, but just just you guys, right? This is an awesome community. So thank you so much just for being you, right? Just for being you and hanging out with us. So way to go, James. Way to go.
Thanks for dropping the pick, James. Hey, check this out, Tom. Bruce said he just got a text from PayPal that says he's got $400 that came in for a new website.
Awesome. Way to go, Bruce. Way to go. Yeah. I moved it closer. So I don't have to go out of the frame. But yeah. Awesome work, Bruce. Awesome work. Well, we just got a couple things to do, and then we're going to bring on our special guest. So one more thing I want to do here real quick is here it is. Our What Tom's Reading. And we recommend a book every week, and you can find them all. You just go to offlinesharks.com/books. You can see all the books we recommend each week. And this week, with the holidays and all the craziness and the busyness, so I've been reading a book. It's by a guy, Daniel H. Pink. And I had never heard of it, but I guess it's pretty popular. It was a New York Times bestseller. And somebody just mentioned it. This is how crazy I am about books. Somebody just mentioned this kind of like offhanded in a training video. And I was like, what is that book? So I go to Amazon. I ordered it.
See it back there. It's back there. I see it.
I do have a problem. But the book is called When. Okay. And let me give you a couple tips on this book. So it's called When: The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing. And so the book is all about when is the best time to do your most important work, right? And he talks about like circadian rhythms, your biological clock. There's a ton of information in like scientific studies and information if you're into that kind of stuff and you just want to see the details of it all, right? He goes into a lot of those studies of where they tested students at different times of the day. And, one of the things was like students that tested in the morning always scored higher than students that tested in the afternoon. And so he breaks down kind of like what you should be looking at and how to figure out what your rhythms are for what you do, right? But the scientific information is honestly like I've skipped through a lot of it because at the end of each chapter, like he's got the scientific mumbo jumbo, I guess, as you would. But then he has in every chapter, he's got a thing he calls the Time Hacker's Handbook, right? Yeah. He's got what he calls the Time Hacker's Handbook. And these are specific strategies based on the science that you can implement to improve, and some of them are kind of time management, but more of them are just like figuring out when, when should you be doing creative work? Like when's the best time for you to be doing creative work versus just doing things you can pound out, right? So I have found the Time Hackers Handbook sections to be gold. So I've just been going through reading those and kind of skimming over the science part of it. Might go back and read it later. But anyway, I highly recommend this book, When. It's by Daniel H. Pink. Again, you can find it at offlinesharks.com books. Let's see. Oh, and then we want to do let's do our member of the week. And then we will bring out.
Wait. Member of the week. And then we got to give away some money.
Oh yeah. We got to do a cash app. Then we'll bring out Josh. I know he's patiently waiting.
Did you guys think I would forget about that?
Yeah. Okay. So let me find our thing. Here we go. All right. Our member of the week this week is, hold on, let me get my stuff lined up here. This is a good one. Here we go. Building up the suspense. Our member of the week this week is Mr. Scott Meisner. Awesome work, Scott, being our member of the week. As you guys know, we reward member of the week for people that are active, participating in our Facebook group, people that are commenting, that are bringing value, all that stuff. So our team looks at all that stuff. We look at that stuff, and we just want to reward you. So, Scott, somebody from our team is going to be reaching out to you. We got some special shark stuff coming your way. Thanks again for being part of the community, for all your contributions, and all that you do in the Facebook group. Really appreciate it, man. And Scott is just a super nice guy. Just so you guys know, like super nice guy. So.
And he's been like so helpful. I've seen, the posts he's made so many, like I've seen some of the questions, like hundreds of questions in some of his posts, literally hundreds. And he's been just there answering all of them. So yeah, you guys, can you tag Scott and wish him congrats on member of the week? Because I mean, he's been so helpful to so many people, especially if he's responded to one of your questions. I mean, give him some love. The man's a beast.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Nick, it's that time.
Here comes the money.
All right, you guys, Cash App money. I'm going to ask a question, and first person to get the question correct in the comments is going to get some money through the Cash App instantly. Well, after the live. But we do this every week. We do it in the middle, sometime in the middle, towards the end of our lives. We give out money every single week on our lives, so you'll want to be here. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. All right, so the question is, what day of the week does Tom's podcast drop a new episode?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good question. That is a very good question. We never could have thought of that question together.
Ever.
Yeah. No. Thank you, Shashan. That was a killer question.
It's not Kevin and it's not cows.
Yeah, it's not Kevin. Kevin is here today, though.
Ooh, it's not Friday, Ted. Oh, it's not Wednesday. So close, though. Oh, wait, I see. Hold on. Oh, where did it go? Oh, here we go. Is it Chigo? Oh, Chigo's so... Oh, wait, nope. I don't know who this is. Oh, hold on. I got to get to who did it first. Hold on.
You guys got to help us out. You got to log in to the stream so we can see who you are.
I see it.
Eden,
that is right. Tuesdays, you are... That is awesome. Look, I can't see around all this equipment that I have here. Crazy. It's crazy. Eden, you get...
Here comes the money.
I love that song. Yeah. Way to go, Eden. So if you can drop your Cash App tag in there, we will get some money.
Yeah, so put your cash tag in the comments. And if you don't have one, you can go to offlinesharks.com/cash app. It's totally free. It's just how we send money. If you're not in the US, you can probably put your PayPal email in there. We'll send it that way. But yeah, Tom drops a new episode of his podcast every single
Tuesday.
At what time, though?
Well, they come out at first thing in the morning. So that I
Okay.
think they're usually live around 7, 8 a.m.
Gotcha. If you guys want more information on the podcast, which is awesome, you should go to tomgaddis.com, check it out after the live later on.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Our mystery guest. Who is our mystery guest?
It's funny how you can look around. Like there's
I
a
know.
little bit.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy?
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Oh, that guy. Oh, no, wait. I can't do it right. That guy. YouTube star, I will not be, Nick. That's for sure. All right. Well, I saw some great guesses. I saw a couple of people did get it right. But we're going to bring on our mystery guest right now, Mr. Josh Zamora.
What's up, Josh?
Man, I'm having a blast on here, man. This is awesome.
Sorry we took so long. I thought I was going to see you hop on that Peloton.
Hey, I could have easily squeezed in a 30-minute session. No, but those 30-minute sessions are legit, man. Like you think it's 20, 30 minutes, but
yep, you do the 30-minute boot camp over there, the bike and the push-ups, and damn, it's rough. Well, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, no problem. First off, I mean, where's that Dorn guy pulling off like what 20% conversions on his phone calls? Man,
Yeah,
6 out of 30 calls, crushing it.
Yeah.
His wife does his sales. His wife and his
that's the
12-year-old.
secret. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
kills
That's
it.
badass.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, okay, so I probably should have done a little bit better of an intro here, but just to give everybody the full context of why Josh sailed his boat all the way from Florida to Hawaii to come visit Tom and myself, because he created a software lately that has been groundbreaking with something that we used to do back in the day that was so cumbersome and difficult, and I basically gave up on it. but so valuable in a lot of ways. And we wanted to bring him on the show so we could talk about it a little bit, because a lot of really good information, of course. But how many of you are familiar with authority hacking? Put a 1 in the chat, in the comments, if you're familiar with authority hacking, and then put a 2 if you're familiar with using expired domains for authority hacking. And if you're not, that's fine. We're gonna go into detail on this live. And just so everybody knows, this isn't, back in the day, it used to be something that was super technical and difficult to do and find these expired domains, and that's why I gave up. But now Josh has helped make it easier than ever before. I have found some amazing domains here. I can search expired domains by keyword and location and see all their metrics using Josh's tool, which you guys are you're gonna be pretty pumped to see. So, and I see lots of 1s and 2s. So people familiar with authority hacking, people familiar with expired domains, pretty good read. So those of you that are familiar already, you are absolutely going to love this. But Josh, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about your operation, because one of the things I do love about what you have going on is that, you know, you create software, but more than that, you support your software. You know, we've promoted a couple of the things, that the tools that you have that have awesome utility. And one of the reasons we continue to do that is because you're always there to update, support. You know, when our sharks need help, you're in our Facebook group answering questions. How long have you been doing this?
Man, it's crazy to think I first went down the rabbit hole in 2010. So over 10 years ago, man. It's crazy to even think about that. Yeah.
And we've known each other for like coming up on 2 years now.
Yeah, man. So time just goes by so fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me about a year to figure things all out. So I kind of, try to say that it was 2011, 2012 when things finally started to, see some light at the end of the tunnel. And then 2014 is when I was able to go full time. So it took a little while. It was kind of like my own 4-year college degree from School of Hard Knocks,
Yeah. I hear you on that. And that's actually how it was for Tom and me too. Like, Tom, he was a restaurant manager. I used to work on cars, and
so many people keep talking about fishing. They're getting me excited over there. Tomorrow's a good fishing day. I can't go today, but tomorrow it's been windy and cold, but tomorrow looks like things are going to flatten out over here.
I'm jealous. There's the waves right now here are like 50 feet. Like, you do not want to be out in the water. They are massive right now. Like, everybody's Instagram has like the biggest waves you've ever seen right now.
Yeah, but that's what you guys want, to go out surfing, no?
Yeah, it was a little too big for most people. But anyway, yeah. So, Tom and myself, similar situation, right? Laid off, fired, needing to figure something out, like slowly phased into doing it full time. Getting smart about things, trying different things, getting a little bit of traction, small wins that slowly add up. And I think what you have here is a way for people to finally get access to hacking their authority in a way like for me now, I've been doing this for about 4 years, and I have an agency here. I'm in the office, and we are regularly getting customers reaching out to us. We also are doing outbound prospecting every single day, but on top of that, people are contacting us. So for those of us, or for those of you that are tuning in, you want this, right? You want people to be able to reach out to you. Unfortunately, for most people, it's just too difficult to figure out how to do that. And with Josh and his software tool, he basically has a way for you to be able to shortcut that. So could you talk about that a little bit, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much what we've created is something that people already do most likely on a weekly or daily basis, because it's the first step to building any kind of business online, whether it's for yourself or for your client. The very first step that someone needs, not only to get started online, but to get traffic and get sales, is a domain name. It's the most basic thing, and a lot of people just gloss over it and, hey, let's just go buy a domain, get something started, and boom. But it's literally one of the most important things to your business. You're buying a domain name. You're going to build your brand on it. It's going to be probably your most valuable piece of real estate that you purchase online. And most people, their first thought is, all right, let's just go to Namecheap, buy a new domain name, spend $8 to $10 and get things started. Okay. But there's, a little tweak that you can do that gives you a much faster head start. And that is buying an aged domain, something that has built-in history, built-in authority. And you can take advantage of that built-in authority and built-in history. And it's pretty much, we've made it now where it's the same process as in, going and buying a new domain, but you're getting that extra boost because you can step into something that's already been established. And it makes all the difference for multiple different things. All right. You can, especially if you're doing SEO for your clients, you can step in and build something for them on an aged domain. And again, you get that massive boost, being able to rank a lot faster than a new domain. You also get a bit of an edge on social media as well, because there are some social media sites that give an edge to aged domains instead of new domains. And someone on I held a webinar yesterday, brought up a good point as well, is that if you can find the email addresses that people used to use with those aged domains, you get an extra edge there as well when you're doing email marketing, because again, that built-in established authority. So, it's just a slightly better, faster way of getting started with something, a new project or a new client, to just, get that bit of a head start instead of starting with a new domain. And we've made it so that anyone can literally log into our platform, cherry pick, find domains based on niche, based on location, based on specific metrics. And yeah, makes things so much easier when you have that extra, little boost in your back pocket.
It makes it phenomenally easier. And I want to, before, I'm going to ask if you would demo the software for us in a second, just so people can see what it does. But I want to kind of jump back to the expired domain, because I know there's some people that are watching this that don't know what an expired domain is. And I'm going to do my best to break it down in an easy way, because it's not too difficult to understand, right? So if you have a website, and I'm drawing with a mouse, so all right, let's just practice that. So if you have this is a website, right? www. And let's say what website? What's a common website? Not Amazon, let's just use my website. Let's use my website, right? So Nick Ponte, right? nickponte.com. It's my marketing agency. We're already ranking for keywords in Google, right? We're ranking for Hawaii SEO. We're ranking for Maui website design. There's a lot of things and metrics and signals that have told Google that our website is relevant for these terms, right? Does everybody follow me so far? Like, there are other websites out there that are linking to us. We have content on our website about websites, and all of the things that make that happen tell Google that we're relevant for these keywords, right? And so when you start a new website, a brand new website, right? And let's just we'll call it Bob's website, right? Bobby. So Bob, when he's brand new, he's got to start fresh. He doesn't have any of that stuff. He doesn't have content. Nobody knows about his site. Nobody's visited his site. Nobody's got backlinks, none of that stuff, right? But what if Bob could just shortcut all of that and pick up my domain and use it as his own, put his own content on there, put his own logo on there? He would basically start at the starting line with all of the difficult stuff that I've had to work on for years, and shortcut his way to getting keywords like this. Does everybody follow me so far? And the way that works is, we all know we have to pay every year for a domain, right? Like Josh was talking about, when you go to build Bob's site, Bob's got to go to GoDaddy or Namecheap, and he's got to go pay $12 per year for that website. And if he doesn't pay every year, then that domain becomes expired, right? And when it becomes expired, then it goes to what's called an auction, which don't get confused here, because it's not some crazy thing with a bunch of dudes wearing dresses and gaffles, like auctioning off domains. That's not what it is. It's literally like another website like GoDaddy or even Namecheap. They will offer to sell that to you. it just becomes available. So Bob needs to pay for his website. If he doesn't, it goes on the market, and you could take advantage of buying these domains that have all of these signals. So for those of you that don't have a website that's ranking in your area for specific terms that you might want to get clients for, you want to check out this software that Josh is about to demo for you, because I, in a few minutes, found some amazing domains, not only for me, but for my clients. So Josh, I'm going to take my screen share away.
And one thing too, Nick, when I was doing SEO early on, I used that strategy to create a little blog network for myself. So I went in, found those domains, and then I could use the Wayback Machine. So I would find like an instance of the site that used to be there, and I just copied all the content and then put it on just a basic install of WordPress, and then was able to funnel that juice to wherever I wanted, because then I could link those sites to various client sites or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about expired domains as well, is that there's so many things that you can do with them. You can build that blog network, you can build a site on there. And someone asked a good question that kind of brings up a good point. Rick is asking if nickponte.com is for sale. And that is something that got my mind turning as well, because it's not for sale, obviously. But because Nick does have that authority, he's ranking, he has built up history. His domain that he picked up for $8 to $10 is now easily worth, you can easily sell that for $20,000, $30,000, because all he has to do is show that he's ranking, show all his traffic. You could probably 20, 30,000 is probably conservative as well, because that could easily be, just one or two clients. He can show how much that, traffic is converted into sales and all that stuff, and then just multiply that by 5 or 10, and that's the price that you can get it for. But that goes back to, these domains that you're getting with built-in authority. You're buying them for $8 to $10, but they have a much bigger value because it's coming with all of that authority. So that's another thing that you can do. You can just buy a good domain and turn around and flip it real quick if you want, a quick payday, because again, it's coming with that built-in equity. It's kind of like buying a fixer-upper property. You're buying it for low, but it has a better value. That's obviously Nick Ponte is not for sale, but just to think of things like that as well. You're buying these domains that have built-in value as well.
Yeah.
So are we jumping into the demo, and how do I do that? Because this is my first time on here.
So there's a button at the bottom of your screen that says share screen. You might have to authorize it.
Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. And I don't think I can reply to people. I don't know if I have to log in or something.
No, we'll you guys, we see your questions coming in. I want to make sure Josh has enough time to show you this thing, and then we'll scroll through the questions and make sure we get to them all. Let me pull your screen in for you, Josh, here.
There we go. All right, so this is DFY authority, done for you authority.
Can you maybe zoom in a little bit? Sorry, Josh. Can you maybe zoom in a little bit? Because I have bad eyes. My eyes are bad.
A little more? It's kind of, let me see. It's tough because the site is responsive. So if I open up the screen.
That's good.
That's good there?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, perfect. Let me do this a little bit too. There we go. All right, so this is DFY authority. It pretty much stands for done for you authority. And the reason we called it that is because literally everything, 99% of everything is done for you when it comes to finding, analyzing, and serving up authority domains inside of this platform. So here on the dashboard, it kind of gives an overview of what the software has done over the last 7 days. So over the last 7 days, we have found over 32,000 domains over the last 7 days alone. Okay.
Which, by the way, that has I was in there yesterday, and there's 10,000 more today than there was yesterday. So that thing is growing at an astronomical rate. I don't know how you're doing that, but that's pretty insane.
Yeah, no, the developer, he was astonished too, because he kind of tweaked things a little bit, and he did it the night before we went live, and he's like, "Crap! I wish I didn't do this the night before," because he found so many domains that he built a backlog that had to get cleared out. And it found 17,000 domains in 1 day. So it's crazy. This thing is getting out of hand. And one thing that you mentioned before is that, I like to keep my platforms up to date. I like to update them. And we've already done several different updates within, the last 24 hours that we've been live. One of them was Nick recommended a feature that we added overnight, which was the ability to search by multiple keywords. And I'll share how that works now. But we've also added something else that another member requested, was the ability to what's it called? To exclude certain things as well. So if you want something to not have in the domain, then you can do that too. But either way, let me come over here to the domains tab. This is where the magic happens and where all the domains are. Right now, you can see there's 91,000 domains in our database right now, and that's just with .com, .org, and .net and .info selected. So we have multiple different extensions here, not only like these, like the popular ones, but for multiple different countries. So if there's anyone on here that's in the UK or Italy or Czech Republic or Japan or Australia, we have all of that in here, and I'll show you guys some examples of that as well. But all you have to do when you come in here, like I said, everything is as simple as possible, and that's one thing that I always like to keep in the forefront. I want people to be able to come into my platform and within a few minutes know how to use it. So we've tried to make that as simple as possible with Done For You Authority as well. So all you have to do to get started is come here to the General tab, and this is kind of the beginner steps of how you can start filtering domains. Because one thing, again, is that you can use this for multiple different things. You can use it to find keyword specific domains. You can use it to find niche specific domains. You can use it to find domains with specific metrics. Okay, you can use it to find domains that have backlinks from specific sites. So there's so many, you can mix and match those things. So if you want, a domain in a specific niche or a specific keyword that has a backlink from a specific site, all of those different things you can mix and match inside of Done For You Authority, and it gives you that flexibility to really get specific with the domains that you want. And again, it all comes back to what purpose are you looking to go with? Okay, are you looking to build a site for a client? Are you looking to build a private blog network like Tom said? Or are you looking to just flip a domain real quick? And all of that is going to obviously play a factor in how you use Done For You Authority. And on top of that, if you're totally brand new to expired domains, or you've dabbled in it before in the past, we do have two bonus reports in the members area. One of them walks you through what all of this means, because there are different types of metrics in here that you can sort by. So every single thing in here is covered in our one of our reports of how to analyze a domain, what all of this means. And then the other report kind of just jumps into how you can actually make money with them. So let me go ahead and jump in here. And first off, let me quickly show you one thing that we found. Okay, and some of you guys might see some similarities here, but this is visitdallas.com, something that mostly every major city out there has an official site that you can go to get information about that site. Done For You Authority actually found an expired domain, which is visitdallas.info, and this might look familiar to some of you guys. Okay, and how this looks and the type of site.
I was working on that myself.
Yeah, and the site that this, this definitely looks familiar to you guys. But let me just show you guys. This is what Done For You Authority found. Okay, if I scroll down to visitdallas.com, all right, if my internet wants to catch up to me, this little German flag down here in the bottom is linked to visitdallas.info. So this is what Nick was talking about. The people that own visitdallas.com, they have 3 other different sites that set up, and I think they have other ones here. But they had 3 specific sites set up for different languages. Their German site was set up on visitdallas.info, but they let it expire for some reason. Done For You Authority found it, we bought it, and now we've turned it into our own AGM site. Okay, so that is the kind of things that you can do and the kind of domains that you can find with Done For You Authority. So, some very, very powerful stuff there that you can do and find. Oops, wrong one there. All right, so I know many of you on here do local stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and type in plumbing here as an example, just to see what kind of stuff comes up. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. and let's say you're working with a plumber or whatever it may be, or you're looking to rank and rent in the plumbing niche. If I can come in here and just search by keyword and type in plumbing, you'll see that there's 33 domains here that contain the word plumbing. And you can see that many of them have a backlink from yellowpages.com. So yellowpages.com here, yellowpages.com there. So these are most likely actual local business domains. Okay, so here goes allaffordableplumbing.com. Okay, that sounds like a very good domain if anyone is looking to either rank and rent in the plumbing niche, or you have a client and you want to just start ranking them a little bit better than their domain that's probably brand new. You can come in here, and this one is a pretty brandable domain name. Okay, and it already has a backlink from yellowpages.com. And if you click on the information icon, it breaks down everything about that domain. Okay, when Done For You Authority found it, what link it found it on, and down here it breaks down all of these stats as well. Okay, the spams.
Sorry, Josh. All Affordable Plumbing is a domain name.
Yeah, and anyone that's on here can actually go and buy it right now. So that's just
right. But that you guys, so that's a domain name, right? Like, it doesn't matter what if you're in the plumbing space and that's your domain name, like that's what we would call a white label domain. And you're going to find lots of them out there. Like, nickponti.com would be a little bit more of a tough domain to use as your own agency website if you're not Nick Ponti. But if you're a plumber or you have a plumber as a client, this would be great. But, if you find one that's more targeted, that's like nickponti.com, that would be a great example of a website you could use to send the authority to your website by putting a link on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can do the same with this as well. If your client already has a plumbing site set up, again, same thing. This is a very niche specific domain. So you can set it up as a private blog network site and start sending juice to your client. And there's, debates that can go back and forth. I don't want to get too technical about it, but there's debates on whether you should build a targeted private blog network or a more general one. They both have worked fine for me. But you could build a small targeted one, set up 5 or 6 small domains around plumbing, and then use that as your blog network to rank all of your plumbing clients and things like that. So there's different ways that you can do it. Obviously, we can sit here all day long and talk about how all of that stuff works. But
that's a good explanation. I mean, you really, and you guys, I say this from experience. If you're in a you're going for a not too competitive, unsaturated term, and you're using, like Maui plumbing expert as your keyword. And if you're using this type of domain and you have like 2 or 3 and you're sending a couple of links, like you're going to see some rise in that website's ranking that you're sending that to, because this website, Josh, scroll up for a second. There's 939 backlinks to this website. Moz picked up 939 links from other websites. So you are going to divert that to whatever website you want. And if you're in one of these low competitive spaces, that's going to be a quick win. And if you're in a more competitive space, then you just need a couple more. And that's really how SEO works. If you have a website that's about a certain topic and you start to send these links to it, that's how you get to the top of Google. That's how I get to the top of Google. That's how how I get my customers to the top of Google. So,
yeah, absolutely. And someone mentioned that they're in Dallas. So, keep an eye on Flippa. We might be selling that domain soon if you're interested in picking that up and turning that into your AGM site. But so once you have, you're looking at a domain in here, you can take a look at all the stats that we have in here. And the reason that we've added all of these is because they all play a role, and they also all, everyone over time, if you're brand new to expired domains, you're going to kind of use multiple different factors to analyze the domain and what matters to you. But over time, it's just like anything. The more you analyze domains, the quicker you're going to be able to come in here and see what matters to you, because everyone looks at different metrics. It's crazy how when it comes to expired domains, no one analyzes the domain the same way. Everyone has their own style of what they look for, what they want. what minimum metrics they're willing to go for. So everything is different. And at the same time, it's not all about just metrics as well. You can come in here and find an extremely powerful exact match domain, and the stats might be low, but it's been registered for a while. It's been around for a while. And just because it has some low stats, it doesn't totally mean that it's a dud. Okay, it can be an exact match domain, and just that fact alone can really help you out. And down here, Tom was mentioning the Wayback Machine. So we do have when it was found earliest, so that you can kind of get an idea of how old the domain is. So this one dates back to 2012. So about 8-ish, 9-ish years old. Okay. And one thing mentioning, since Nick mentioned that I do, update my platforms. We have so many. We already have 2.0 features planned for this. Okay, so one thing is going to, be like Tom said, which is rebuilding these domains on what they used to look like before, based on the Wayback Machine. So I don't want to get too crazy about that, but we will be having that in the near future, where you can, rebuild these domains quickly. Based on what they used to have on there, and it's just going to take things to the next level. But
sorry, Josh, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you guys, what do you think? Do you see how quick you could grab? Actually, I'm gonna steal the screen real quick, Josh. I'm gonna share my dashboard in Done for Your Authority. It's gonna look exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same as Josh's. Hold on. So that's mine. This is mine. I want to show you guys some domains that I found that I thought were interesting. So look at this. Look at this. guidetomaui.net. Anybody in the travel space, anybody in, like, we're in Maui, right? Like, if I buy that domain and I rebuild that site and I start sending links to my customers that they do surf lessons, they do mountain biking tours, they do all those things, they're going to climb, right? They're going to climb. If I want to build an AGM site about Maui and do what I'm doing with Hawaii Thrive, guidetomaui.net. I mean, come on, like, that is a killer domain name. And look at the metrics, right? Maui City Tour. Look at this one, Maui WordPress. There's another one in here. This one, Maui SEO Expert.
That doesn't get any better than that.
That's a pretty good one, right?
Too. .com.
Yeah, .com. And so, I saw a comment that Herc made, where he said that for PBN purposes, for the linking purposes, you guys, you don't need to have the exact match niche in the website to pass on the link juice. So what he's saying is, if you have a radio website and then you have a dentist website, you just need to make an article on the radio website about how the dentist can get a commercial on the radio, and then send a link to that article from that site. And that's how you pass the authority. So if you have like MauiCityTour.com, and it's just, relevant for Maui, the geographical relevance, we can use that as a hub and just send links to all of our customers that are here in Maui and give them that local authority that they're here in Maui. So it doesn't matter if it's a Maui City Tour, Maui Sports Club. I could send links to my dentist clients. I could send links to my roofers, even though this is about sports, but it would be Maui Roofer. It would be an article about Maui and how you can mix the two together. So, this is a super powerful tool, you guys, super easy to use. Obviously, I mean, you can get in and find this information super fast, but we're at top of the hour here. So I want to talk about our bonus package, because we put together a bonus package.
Nice.
You did. And that was an awesome tip, by the way, Herc. That was a great tip.
Herc knows, I mean, he knows a heck of a lot more than I do about PBNs. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Tom, can you throw that link up on the screen, you guys? Because, here at Offline Sharks, we have to over deliver. I mean, it is our duty to hook you up. So not only, I mean, if the tool wasn't as good, good enough, it is, it totally is. It's on a special launch pricing right now. Super inexpensive, but Tom and I wanted to sweeten the deal a little bit for you. All right. So what we have set up for you, for everybody that's joined, and I know a lot of people already have, is you're going to get our 6-month SEO outsourcing blueprint. So when we bring in a new SEO client, this is what we do for 6 months. So you can obviously get these expired domains and use them as your own, start getting SEO clients, follow our blueprint and make those implementations and start charging, $500, $1,000 a month retainers. You just follow this blueprint step by step and you can implement it for your own website. And if you don't have a website yet, we're also going to give you our done for you marketing agency website. So it's one of the most beautiful sites out there. A lot of our sharks are using this for their own agency website. Let me know in the comments if you are using this agency website as your own. I know a lot of you are because it's amazing and it ranks really well. Yeah, Tom is. That's $197 value. The SEO outsourcing blueprint, $297 value. But I mean, really, when you're charging $1,000 retainers, I mean, is it really $297? I mean, I would pay so much more for that because the money that comes in is crazy. You're also going to get our done for you home services site. So that's $197 value. And you can use this to set up on these expired domains. We wanted to give you something that you had so you could set this up super easy. We got some over the shoulder training on how to build citations for your site. So how you can rank higher, even more, another layer, and then how you can outsource the whole thing. We have a step-by-step training on how we outsource our on-page SEO. It's a $97 value as well. So you get all of that when you just pick up Done For You Authority for, what's the price right now, Josh?
I think a little over $40.
Crazy low value, right? I mean, crazy low price. So get in there, you guys. It's going to be on this special launch pricing for how many days?
Till Monday at midnight.
Monday at midnight.
And the price is going up periodically. So there is a price rise tonight at midnight. We started off, lower than that. So the price has been going up. So make sure that if you haven't picked it up, pick it up before midnight because there will be another price increase.
So just to be clear, the most inexpensive price that you can get in is right now. And for the launch over the till Monday, it's going to get a little more expensive each day that goes by.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, you guys, what do you think? By the way, how many of you have already jumped in? Can you guys put an I'm in the chat if you've already jumped in on this, just so we can get kind of a read on, we got 100 people here, get an idea of how many of you are already in, and then we'll take some questions. We'll go a little bit over. We'll do another 10 minutes or so of Q&A if that's all right with you guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think too, Nick, like you kind of blazed by the home services theme there, but like one of the strategies we talk about with you guys is, setting up that we have it as in the roofing, right? But you can obviously edit it for any home service. But if you were to find an expired roofing domain with a little bit of juice, probably doesn't even need a lot of juice, and then you set that theme up on there, you could easily sell that to a client that doesn't have a roofing website, and increase the value even more. Like one of the, if you just Google roofer in whatever your city is, you will see, I bet you find 9 to 10 roofers with no websites right out of the gate. And you could easily turn that into a deal, right? You just set it up and then contact them all and say, hey, I got this, I set this thing up and I just want to liquidate it. And the first one to respond gets it.
Yep. That's a killer strategy. Josh, do you want to share your screen?
Huh?
Do you need to share your screen?
No, I'm okay. If you want me to, I could.
Oh, no. I just saw it pop up in the bottom and to see it. No worries. So a question that I had come through a couple of times, Gabriel wants to know, how is it different than My Traffic Jacker?
Yeah, good question. And we've been getting that quite a bit. And I think it's just, they both have similar angles, but My Traffic Jacker, we built that. Number one is more labor intensive for the user. So you actually have to log in and run your own keywords research to find expired domains. But we built that more to be able to hijack traffic because the biggest basis of My Traffic Jacker is finding expired domains posted under popular YouTube videos. So there's, just like people let domains expire regularly, there's people that upload a bunch of videos on YouTube and let the domains that they post below the video expire. So that's kind of what My Traffic Jacker was built for, to find those domains that are still getting active traffic from YouTube videos. And then this is you can kind of call it the bigger brother of that, where literally you just log in, cherry pick, and you can buy a domain right away. So, and there's, a lot more local based domains in here as well. So I know a lot of people on here do local. I mean, we added a bunch of domains that have backlinks from Yellow Pages. So you can literally log into Done for Your Authority, search by domains that have been found on Yellow Pages, and you could just go to town.
Awesome. Lonnie asks, when you buy these domains as PBNs, do they have to be on a separate hosting account? You're gonna find, different people have different strategies. What I'm going to say to that might be different than Josh and Herc and other SEOs out there. But my take is, if you don't have this massive network and you have a couple of websites, like I think you have to put yourself in the SEO mindset, right? Is it possible that me, Nick Ponte, I own a high authority website, Guides to Maui, nickponte.com, and another website, all in the same hosting account, and they're all separate businesses and they all have high authority? Is that possible? Yeah, of course it's possible. So how would Google be able to penalize me for that and discern whether or not I'm doing something that's illegal or not cool or spammy or whatever? It'd be really difficult. But if you had 1,000 websites on one hosting account, it'd be a little easier to look more closely at something like that. You're going to stick out because you're obviously using a lot of resources. You have a bigger hosting account. They're all coming. You have so many websites coming from the same IP addresses. So it gets a little more crazy, right? Do you need a network like that? Probably not. But can you get away with a few websites on one hosting account? Sure. If you grow your network, get another hosting account, put a couple on one. You can get a reseller account where you can create networks with different IP addresses from that one account. There's a lot you can do with this. If you want to get overly complicated, you can go down that rabbit hole. It all starts with this. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You just need a couple of links from high authority websites. And this is an easy way to get Herc for the win. Just get an account at bulkbuyhosting.com. Problem solved. There you go.
Perfect. Yeah, I was gonna second second what you said. It depends on the size, and yeah, you can get complicated when you get into these massive blog networks. But yeah, Herc can simplify it, solve the problem.
Yeah. Darla says, Nick and Tom, did you say one of the bonuses another AGM site done for you? No, Darla, it's not. So our bonus that we have set up is we actually give you a couple of our themes, right? Our custom themes. So if you go to the link on your screen, instantauthority.com, you'll be taken to this page and you'll see all the bonuses that we've set aside for everybody that joins in the next, couple of days. I don't know how long.
Those are some really good bonuses too.
Yeah. And all the bonuses that we've given you guys, these are all things that are super congruent with this offer, where you can, you buy a domain and then you can set one up for yourself using our theme, our agency theme, right? Rank your own website for terms where people search for you, and that's inbound prospects coming to you. So no longer do you have to go out every day and look for prospects. But then we also give you our home services theme, where you can go find some expired domains in the home services industry and quickly set up a site there. And, use our foot in the door strategies to maybe sell the website because now it ranks higher. Maybe a roofer that, you could say, hey, look, I'm ranking on the first page for roofing in, whatever your town is. Do you want to buy this website for me? It's super valuable. That's a very good foot in the door strategy. So all the bonuses we've given you guys are very congruent in that way. Dorn Brent wants to know, what's the difference between PBN and PB&J? J is way, PB&J is way better.
Yeah, for sure.
Way more delicious and awesome.
With extra jelly too, at least for me.
Let's see. There were some other questions. Tom, do you see any questions here? Suzette says, does it help SEO to simply redirect those age domains to a site you're trying to rank? Yeah, to some extent it does, Suzette. You can, it's arguably more powerful to set up a website and try to make it kind of look like it used to, and then pass those links to your website. Setting up a 301 redirect to just transfer it all over at once. Like, yeah, there's definitely some value in that, but it's arguably better for you, and you could do more with it if you actually put a site there. You can put more links on inner pages, on different pages, and use it to do a lot more than just go to one place, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody said it's like a domain addicts dealer.
Yeah, hey, trust me, I've picked up a bunch of good domains, and it's just like when I find one, I'm like, oh, I could, a few more minutes and I'll find another one. Oh, and then I find another one. Oh, a few more minutes, I'll find another one. And by the end of the night, I've bought 10 new domains.
I know when I saw that Maui SEO expert one, I called Josh and I was like, man, it's not good. Like,
yeah,
now that we made this tool and we have access to it, like, it's gonna cause some problems.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start spending all my time there.
Yeah, it's addicting.
So
Dorn.
Dorn wants to know, how extensive of a build should you do? Not the old website. Not sure.
Yeah,
what
so
he's...
Dorn, it doesn't have to be crazy, right? You wanna look at like the Wayback Machine. Where in the tool there's that link there, and that will show you a snapshot of what the website used to look like.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and well, in my experience too, like I just used the basic, WordPress theme, and all I did was just put the content on the pages. Like I didn't recreate any of the graphics or anything like that. Like I just copied the content and put it on the pages and did them that way. Like the rebuilt were very, very basic, Dorn. Like mainly I was looking for the content and the links, right? Making sure all that stuff was working.
Yep. Lonnie asked if you recreate the original page on the expired domain or you make up a new one. So you can do either, Lonnie. The one that is going to give you the most bang for your buck is recreating the original page. You want to be careful of if it's like a business that's still in play, like this is a gray area, right? You're going to be operating in a gray area. I'm not recommending you do this, but you could recreate the exact same site with all the content, everything, and use it for all the link juice and just probably get away with it for a very long time. You may get a cease and desist letter one day telling you that you need to take that down, or change it. Change the content to your own content. That's, if it's about Maui and you copied their old content, put on your site, you will need to make it your own content about Maui. That will still work really well.
Herc said something pretty cool too. He said he registered 2 domains for $10 that he would have normally paid $100 for. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of value, you guys, in the way that you use this tool. It's just so user friendly. You literally log in and you type in what kind of domain you want to buy, and it shows you them, and you're able to pick them up right there. And back in the day, I was doing this with, and Herc probably remembers this. He might even still, because he's way more technical with it. But like using tools like Register Compass, or what's it? Oh, shoot, I don't even remember the name. Finding expired domains was a royal pain in the butt. Royal pain in the butt. Good ones, especially the good ones.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Well, we ran a little bit over, but again, Josh, thank you for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh,
no problem.
it was awesome.
Happy to be here as always, hanging out with you guys. You guys have been some of my favorite partners for the last couple of years, so appreciate you guys having me on here.
Likewise. Yeah. And thanks for building such an awesome piece of technology that we can share with everybody with just, just loaded with value. There's a lot of value in what you can do with these expired domains. The tool works really well. So, thank you for creating that, supporting it, maintaining it. And for everybody that's with us, if you haven't already, go to offlinesharks.com/instant authority, the link that you see on the screen. You can get all of our bonuses for a couple of days. The most inexpensive price that you can get this tool is right now. So you want to go to that link on the page and check it out after the call.
Sounds good. And just real quick, we did sketch out 2.0 features as well already. So this will be continued to get improved.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Josh. Yeah. Thanks everybody for here. Enjoy the rest of your Aloha Friday. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next Friday. Same shark time, same shark channel. See you guys later.
You've been listening to the Sharks Live Show, your weekly local marketing jam session. Every week, packed full of local marketing strategy, tactics, tips, and fun. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. And we hope you had fun along the way. We know we did. Don't forget to leave a like on this stream. Drop a comment below and share it with anyone you think might find it useful. And if you're not already a member of the most valuable marketing group on Facebook, head over to offlinesharks.com/group to join right now for free. There's more exciting new marketing info coming at you throughout the week. Nick's YouTube video on Sundays at nickponte.com/YouTube, and Tom's weekly podcast called What's the Secret, with a new episode each Tuesday at tomgaddis.com. And then back here next Friday for the Sharks Live Show. Till then, this is the Sharks Live Show, signing off.